Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today we welcome Danielle Walsh, MLS, MSIO, MSIT, and the Kronos Lead Trainer here at the Queens Public Library, who will be presenting the new and improved outlook on the web. Welcome, Danielle.
Good morning, Manny. Thank you so much for having me. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending. So this morning we are going to look at the new outlook on the web. And this is part of our integration of Office 365 and Teams. So the first step in this transition is learning some of the benefits. Let's take a look.
The updated user experience and new features in Outlook on the web help you do more things faster. Get more personalized options for your inbox, like dark mode, or turn on the lights when composing an email. Use Tab Compose to find the emails you're drafting and reading faster. See your categories right on your message list and easily organize and find emails. Favorite your contacts for fast access and use cards to view conversations and files in one convenient place. Go beyond email with a new calendar experience that helps you manage your time. Today and tomorrow are front and center in your week, so you can focus on what matters. Intelligence in Outlook helps you get prepared for meetings with Meeting Insights, where you can find relevant information in one place. Add events to your calendar faster and easier with the new Quick Compose, and find available rooms in one click. Find events, people, and locations across multiple calendars with an improved calendar search. See, what did I tell you? That was fast. Microsoft's new Outlook on the web helps you connect, organize, and get things done faster.
What would web design look like?
Wow.
A single continuum
So that was exciting. So now let's take a closer look at some of the features that we just saw in that video. Very different than the current OWA that we work with now. So Microsoft Outlook on the web, it's new and it's improved, and it certainly is. The old sign-on in yellow, you can see the screenshot here, opposed to the new. The one thing that you will have to pay closely attention to is that you must enter your full email address, danielle.walsh@queenslibrary.org. And then, of course, your network password would remain the same. Let's take a look at the email features first. What better way to put your emails in order instead of having an overwhelmingly large inbox is to organize your email with categories. So if you're working on projects or specific, you might have an email folder just for today's messages. You might have an email folder just for our insider newsletter. You might have one for coverage and for schedules. So you will be able to create categories and then use different color coding systems to identify your emails. So let's start with how to organize. Simply click categorize and manage categories so that you can change the default categories that come with Microsoft Outlook. And as I mentioned, you could change one to say today's messages. You could say one, maybe call another folder coverage, etc. And again, you could either rename the ones that are here or create your own new category. Again, if you want to add a category, you would click on the plus sign. If you wanted to rename, you would right click and change the name on the default category. All you need to do is name it, and then you can actually make it a favorite. Now, when your emails come in, you can simply right click on the message and add it to a category. A second feature that I use often is working with attachments. The new Outlook allows us to quickly find messages and our attachments. Where is that patent application? Where is it? Well, if you type in patent in the search box, all of the emails will come up highlighted that have the word patent in it. And of course, the paperclip still identifies that there's an attachment in that email. So once you've located it, you can double click on it and open it. Another really great feature that has come out with the new Outlook is that you can drop down this arrow and you could select preview and get a preview of the actual attachment, or you can click on the down arrow and go right to saving it. You can also reply immediately to that email. And add an updated attachment. Again, here's another great feature. If you have been working on a recent document, and it's that document that you're replying to Miriam with, you will get a selection of recent documents as well as its intellectual ability to look for any suggested attachments that might pertain to the contents of the email. How fabulous is that? Well, you could select the file and then send it as an attachment. Let's take a look at the calendar and some of the great features that have been additionally added, or in our case at QPL, we have not really had the full feel and integration of Outlook from the web-based version. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I need the, you know, I really would like to have the full version of Outlook on my computer because there's so many things I can't do. Well, that's all changed with the new web version of Outlook. You can now quickly edit your events by opening your calendar, which is also a great feature that at the bottom of the task panel, you can access your mail, switch back to calendar. There's even a people finder at the bottom, as well as accessing your tasks. So that's another bonus. But right here from the calendar, we're going to click on it. You can select an event. You can make your changes. You can also expand by clicking on the double arrow to get the full event. You can cancel the event right from the screen or make an edit to it. And that's what we're going to do. Here, we're changing the date of the event. And it also asks you if you want to find a preview of the attendees or the folks that are going to be joining your meeting. It gives you a suggested time of their availability, a time when everyone is available, which is a great feature, and it's right within the event details. Pops right up there and says, everybody's available from 9 to 10, 12:30 to 1:30, and 1:30 to 2:30. Would you like to select one of these times? And you'll see that the bar will turn green and it says everyone is available. You do not have that currently in the OWA version we are using. And then you're just going to simply click on the send, and it's going to update your event. Let's talk a little bit about email signatures. The one thing that we all should have for our new emails and replying emails should be an email signature. And it should have your name, title. It should have Queens Public Library, our address. It should definitely have your email address, contact number, and you can add the icon, the library logo. Make sure it's a small file, and maybe the library's website. But how do we access that? Well, at the top of the screen, you're going to see the settings wheel. Okay, and once we open up settings, we definitely want to go down to view all Outlook settings, where we will select mail and compose and reply. This toolbar acts just as if it was Microsoft Word. You can insert an image, that would be the logo. You can change the font color, the font size, the font itself. You could add hyperlinks to your mail, to the library's website, just by selecting the text and clicking on the link. Okay, here's you'll see what my signature looks like right here. You'll put in your salutation. Stay safe and best regards, Danielle Walsh. You definitely want to say automatically include in my signature, and automatically include when I forward or reply. Okay. Sometimes we have messages that we reply to, and you're looking at it and you're saying, where's that contact information for this person? It's always best to just put it on both outgoing emails and your forwards and your replies. It's just safer that way. Another very, very important tool that we use is our out of office or our auto reply. The same thing, you're going to go into settings. You're going to click on view all Outlook settings, and you're going to choose mail and then automatic replies. So you want to make sure that you turn this on if you are on extended leave or you are out of the office and you're unable to respond right away. You want to let people know that you're not reading the email as soon as it comes into your inbox, that you will be getting back to them. You would definitely want, if you're on vacation, to leave a contact for someone in the office to respond to them in your absence, or a contact where they can reach out to that person if it's an emergency. Again, you're going to put in the day that you're leaving and the day that you will be returning and able to respond back to email. And in case this is an emergency, someone in the department that they can reach. You can set the specific dates of your absence. I'm going to be starting my vacation on July 27th, and I'll be returning on August 1st. And you could set the time of when the auto reply will begin and the time of day, such as the day of your return at 9 a.m. when you'll be back in the office. If someone is sending you a meeting request, you might want to check off the decline and cancel my meeting during this period. Automatically decline new invitations for events that occur during this period. And or block your calendar so that folks don't think that you've received it and you haven't responded to the invitation. Okay. You might have a different reply for individuals that are outside of your organization, such as vendors or possible presenters or other contacts. Oh, sorry. So now we're going to go into our live demonstration. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Ta-da! It does work. It does look just as it did in the video. You can see that I am logged in. My picture is there. You have the option from here, as I said, to go into your mail. You can go right into your calendar and it looks just like it did in the video. My reminders are coming up. The great feature about this is that even when you're in your email, I'm going to switch back to email. If you click on the today icon, you can see, looking at your emails, you can look at your calendar at the same time. Woohoo! This is big stuff. You can also create a to-do list for the day. You can actually take an email and make it a task by clicking on it and saying, remember what we learned earlier? You can categorize it. You can go into advanced actions and make a task out of it. So if your manager is saying, Danielle, please update the order list for, book list 12, that tells me that there's something I need to do. So I want to create a task that says, update the book list with a specific time frame. So as you can see, there are some really, really, really great features here. When I'm composing a new message, you'll see at the bottom that I have the ability to switch between different emails that I open. If I'm replying to someone, if I say, oh, this was an error, I can discard it very easily. And I can go into my inbox and I can right click and categorize this. I can put a flag on it. I can pin it so that it stays open. I could look at all of the attachments that I have used or received. Here's the email that they were associated with. So if I know that someone sent me a document, I just don't remember what day and what email it came in, I can go down and review all of my attachments. I can review all of my tasks. And I can add additional tasks. I can create different lists that pertain to different aspects of my job. Okay. If I click on the two heads here, that's my people. So I could search for people in the organization and in my personal contact list. I could select from a group or from a directory. And in this case, I would use the online global address list, which is all of QPL. Back to calendar. As noted, you will see you will get today's date highlighted and the weather. By creating a new event, I can click on new event and add the title. I could invite. I could add optional. I could set my reminder right from here. If it's a reoccurring meeting, I could select the different ways of, whether I want it to be every day, every week, every month. And then if I said every week, and then I could select the days of the week that the event occurs. And I could create an end. Or I can remove the end date and have it indefinite. I could categorize it. No. I could add a new category. I can manage my categories by changing the colors and changing the names. I could select my response options. If I use the scheduling assistant, it will give me the ability to see my attendees' schedules. So, yes, there have been many changes. It's a great, great tool. Some of the other features we will have in the near future is the ability to meet right now with people. Okay, so this is what is yet to come. This is a preview of what we're going to be able to do is meet immediately in Microsoft Teams. If you go to office.com, you should be able to put in your full email address, danielle.walsh@queenslibrary.org, and your Outlook email. It doesn't work.
Yeah, the link doesn't appear to be taking one to the new version.
You get redirected to webmail. You should be actually getting redirected to Outlook. Okay. We might not have, the switch might not have been turned on. I got to confirm that with Joseph. Within the next 2 weeks, it should be launched for everybody. Let me see something. Let me just check something. Go try Outlook.com. And sign in. Remember your full email address, just the way I have it. And then your network password. If it's coming up that way, then it's not been turned on yet. So just hold on to that information, Outlook.com, and your full library email address and your NT account password, and it will work. I will be sending everyone who's on today's, well, outside of the communication that you will also be receiving from ITD, I'll send everybody a go live date so that you know when to try it out. Does anybody have any questions so far about this other than when the launch date is? Because I know that it's coming. It's just not here just yet. I'm going to stop sharing. Manny, do we have any other questions other than what about the date?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Jinbei's question because I was.
Can we create Webex or Teams meetings directly? Yes. I don't know about Webex, but I know that as I demonstrated, and I'll do that again. Once you click on the calendar, let me just make sure I'm sharing. Once you click on the calendar up here, you will see these icons, Meet Now, and the reminder settings and et cetera, et cetera. But once you click on Meet Now, you will see that it opens up a new meeting in Teams. Was everybody able to catch that? How I did that? So again, from my calendar, I was able to go into Meet Now. and go into a live meeting. That's pretty cool, considering that it's a web version. So again, just to talk about what the future looks like. Once we do our full launch and move everybody over to 365, we will begin to implement the other pieces that come with the full Office 365, where you'll be able to share files from your teams, right? You'll be able to share your files, share a calendar for a group, and be able to create on-demand meetings. So there's many, many features to come. And this is just the beginning.
Okay, so should do you want me to read some of the questions that we've gotten?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so will you be able to add it to the phone's email list? I'm not sure that I understand the question. Maybe if did you understand it, or should the person?
No.
Okay, whoever asked the question, if you can, you know what? Let me unmute the person and see.
Yeah.
If... So Nikisha, I'm going to unmute you. Oh, where did it go? Oh, I did this wrong. I'm in the chat. Never mind. Okay, let me unmute her. I was trying to unmute her from the chat, but you can't do it from there. Okay. Sorry, scrolling down the list of names. Here we go. I can't unmute her. Some people, depending on what they're on.
Can you rephrase that question? What do you mean by phones?
Okay, in the meantime, I'll give you some of the other questions. Will Teams video be replacing Webex?
Not necessarily, not at this time. Again, Teams comes with a live events function that we might be able to use for programming. Again, meetings is very robust. You'll be able to share files while you're in meetings and share screens. So it has a lot of the features of Webex, but not at this time.
Okay, how far back can we back up our messages?
You mean as far as archiving your messages?
Yes. And they did clarify that.
Yeah, but when we migrate over to this, your entire exchange, which is what we have right now, will be moved over, and that's when it'll be fully implemented. And that's what we mean. You'll have access to the cloud, and everything will be moved over, and you'll be able to use all the features.
Got it. Okay, and then Jinbei wanted to know about the offline mode.
Please email me that question, and I could refer to the subject matter experts in ITD. I do believe if you're offline, there should be a save and it should sync. But again, I don't want to misinform you. Please send that to me in an email, and I will refer to the subject matter experts.
Okay, and then someone was comparing this the feature to Slack. I'm not familiar with it, so.
Not either.
Okay. Will we have access to any of our saved folders which are in our Office Outlook?
Everything is going to be moved over.
Okay.
So whatever you have now, you will back it up, and it will migrate over.
Okay. And I see that there's a question here about clarifying the migration and the rollout timeline, but I think you said you were gonna check with ITD and get back to us. Is
Well,
that correct?
again, the full implementation will be done. It's already being done. It's being worked on behind the scenes. But when we begin to see things, will be, through the new year.
Got it. Got it. Okay, and then so Nikisha did try to clarify. It's like she wants to know if you can view it on your phone, like on
Yes.
your cell phone, like you would see Yahoo or Gmail.
Yeah. There's an app. But again, you can use the browser on your phone, and you would go to office.com and you would type in your library credentials, just like you do it now.
Yeah, no, it just I think I know what she means, because it's like right now if I click on there, I click on my phone on different apps, and it takes me to my Gmail, for example. But I know that with Outlook, I actually have to open a browser, put in the information for the address, and actually
Right,
use
well,
it.
you should be able to download the Office 365, and ITD will come out with instructions on how to do that.
Okay. Okay.
If and again, if they're allowing us to do that, if they're not allowing us to download the full app, we can still access it through office.com through the web base. So
Got it.
either
Got it.
way, you will be able to access it from your phone.
Okay, got it. Understood. And then let's see, adding into your oh, that's the same question. Well, this question I quite don't get, but maybe you will. Will this new Outlook be mandatory?
Well, it's mandatory because we're moving it over. The old Outlook won't
I don't know.
it won't exist anymore because we
I
won't
don't.
be utilizing the Exchange folder. So eventually, when everyone is migrated and we're over to the full version, it just won't exist anymore. It's not a matter of being mandatory.
Yeah, that's what I was going to clarify.
It won't be accessible. It won't be there anymore.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Will we be able to save emails to USB in the event that our email box becomes full and we still want to keep the information?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
So, will we be able to save emails to USB in the event that our email box becomes full and we still want to keep the information? I would guess that you can.
Well, you can still do that now as a file save. Yeah, you could do that now. You'll still be able to do it, but you're going to have a lot less issues with full mailboxes when we migrate over, because we'll have a little bit more room. You should still be doing your cleaning house and, deleting things that you do not need, but you will have a little bit more room in the cloud.
Got it. And I agree. I think it's really important. I just want to say this because I'm one of those that would just
emails.
I would leave all my emails in there, and then it would get full quickly. You really do need to take some time during your week, maybe one day a week, that you go in there and you just clean up. And it's important to keep that mailbox. I wouldn't say empty, but at least keep it so that you're not in danger.
And again, use the categorizing, use the folders, clean out your inbox so that you're able to see new emails coming in. Very important.
Right, and sometimes you could even take out the attachment if it's a huge attachment. Save the attachment,
right.
and if you want to keep the wording on the email there, you can keep it, but without that huge attachment. So there's a lot of little things you can do, definitely. Okay. Here's a question. We must have missed it because it's a repost. My question about, can we get a signature template so that our signature looks similar to Danielle's in the example with the QPL logo?
Sure. I can send that out.
Okay. And then can we use the Outlook app on our phone, which was already asked. I guess somebody didn't realize.
Again, on the iPhone and Android, there's lots of pre-selected apps that they have, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it will match our configuration. So that is a question I will send back information on. but I know that you can access it through, again, using the browser on your phone. Let me see my phone. I don't know. I think I have Teams on my phone. Again, once we have our full integration, you should be able to use the app.
Yeah, I mean, I think that with the way things went during the pandemic, it might be that now we will be able to access. I know there were some issues before, but maybe now we will be able to access this.
We're very close. We're very close. I'm not giving dates, but we're very close to doing the full implementation. But as you know, we have very other big integrations that we're working on right now. So we're trying to parallel rollouts and get everything out to everybody as soon as possible.
Awesome. Great, great. Thanks. Okay, any other questions? Let's take a look at the chat. Yes. When will this new version replace our, well, that question is the same question that's been asked already. So yeah, they're just asking when this will happen, but the timeline.
It's going to be sooner than later. We're very near to moving everybody over. It's a big job. You know, we have to move everybody over from one place to another. It's like moving your entire house from one end to the other. So again, we're already in the implementation phase and piloting some users. As you can see, I'm able to use mine. So you're able to get a sneak preview. But as I said, it's in the coming months.
Great. It does look a lot nicer than the old.
It's much more intuitive.
It's more, yeah.
You want to get people, engaged and ready. And it works just like you saw the video, right? That was a public video. And the tools that it demonstrates works well. And so if mine works, that means that everyone is going to work. So that's just a sneak preview.
Awesome. Awesome. Great, great, great. All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's much more in the chat. I think you did such a good job. People kind of get the idea that it's more about being antsy and wanting it to come quickly.
Yes, I want it to come quickly, and it's on its way.
And I just want to say thank you, Danielle, for a really informative and well-prepared presentation. Definitely a lot of people are very grateful that you are giving us this little sneak peek and very much looking forward to this in the future. I also want to thank everyone for joining us in today's webinar. And I also want to add that I'll try to look up some really good videos on this new Outlook. There might be something on LinkedIn Learning, but I'll definitely look to see what I can find and add it to the list that I send out every Friday so that people have other opportunities to get training on this. If we need a refresher, maybe we'll invite you back, Danielle.
Sure.
But I want to thank again everyone for joining us today, and join us for next week's webinar. It will be a part 2 of the one we had on. Oh gosh, I wish I had written down the title. Usually I have it written down. The COVID return. Returning to normal after COVID or something like that. I forget the exact title. And the mental health group, the group that does all the programs on Nina and Shanti and why am I forgetting names? Tamara, please forgive me for forgetting the information, but it will be a presentation by Shanti. So I invite you all to join us next week as well. Okay, with that, again, thank you very much. Any last comments, Danielle?
No, thank you all. Thank you.